Good day, everybody. It's February 10th, 2024. Beautiful day, February 10th, February 10th. Beautiful day, nice sunny day, pretty much the middle of February, and we are getting a nice stretch of some sunny weather here. It's really nice to just get the sun and take it all in. I'm standing in a yard of nucleus colonies. I want to unpack some of these and just see how they look, see what the stores are for honey that are left in them, if we need to possibly do any sort of emergency feeding, which I'm not thinking that we'll do a lot of, because most of these were pretty heavy. Regardless, let's just get into some of these and show you what we're working with. For those of you who are new to kind of what I've been up to, I pack all my bees. All the nucleus colonies are packed on these pallets. They're just standard pallets, and it's tar paper wraps. The telescoping outer covers are tied down with twine, and there's several sections of the wrap. The roof is a 30 weight tar paper. The liner itself that wraps around the hives is a 15 weight. And then there's some blue board insulation up under everything. I'll unpack it and kind of do this stage by stage to show you guys. But it's nice to see that there's some bees flying. I walked in here and I didn't see a lot of signs of bees in the snow and all that stuff. And I haven't been here since November, so that's never a good sign. But it looks like there's some activity going on at the entrances, and I tapped on a few and they sound like there's a lot of bees inside them. So anyways, let's take a look and we'll go from there. All right, we are back. So I just took the cover off this pallet. Here's the shims that I use to actually hold this wrapper onto the boxes. There's 4 single deep 10 frame deep boxes that I put to the pallets here, or palletize in winter like this. There's the covers, 2 pieces of 30 weight tar paper. Anyways, so what I do is this all comes off nice and neatly. Some condensation there, that's a good sign. And we got the blue boards. So what I like to do is just gently, I'm just gonna put the camera here for a second. I like to just gently move some of these boxes apart when I make these inspections. I don't want to agitate the clusters very much, just enough to kind of be able to peel the grain bags back and not get to too much trouble. But let's see what we're working with here. So, yeah, we got some bees. Beautiful clusters. There's 2 in this box, 2 nucleus colonies. Look at that. Just kind of all clustered up in there. That's beautiful. And they got honey all the way out to the outside. Let me do this real quick. I'll get a couple of these situated. Alright, we'll see what else we're looking at here. Got tags for a research project of a friend of mine. Yeah, we got bees. Beautiful clusters of bees. Bees, bees, bees. Now, it isn't early. It's really early for me to get excited. I mean, it's nice to see that they're alive today. That means there's a good chance they'll be alive tomorrow. Because dead bees today are dead bees tomorrow. But, typically, I like to come out and inspect these to get an idea for what is going to push this cluster of bees, or these clusters of bees, into spring by the middle of next month. After a good cleansing flight, get a lot of these old winter bees start to really kind of find themselves out in the snow and out of the cluster, and we can look at what the clusters are going to look like taking us into April, and that's that vital time where we'll be able to really get an idea for a population and see how they're going to turn over into bees that are going to be no longer winter bees, but summer bees. So anyways, that's that. I can unpack, let's see, got a couple more here just to see. These are all doubles. You can see there's some bees there. Just nice little clusters situated. Nice thing about the grain bags is you don't have to rip the covers off completely, or even the The other covers the third, I don't know what they're called. Anyways, the other ones that are, but these are, yeah, look at that, beautiful clusters. And these are all, there's 4 to a box, there's 2 to a box, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8 colonies, you know, just on this one pallet that survived. 4 out of, no dead outs so far in this one pallet. I think there was, out of this whole yard here, there's not a lot of, I usually fill these all these pallets, but last year this was the last yard we used to fill, and we ran a little short on numbers, so I think there was 13 or 14 pallets here, and I think there was a lot of double nukes, that meaning 2 nucleus colonies to 1 single 10-frame box. So there was around 74 or 80 nucleus colonies in this yard when we packed them away for winter. So, okay, so we got one more pallet that opened up or unpacked. I want to make a note to anybody who's venturing to pack singles like this on a pallet. You need to make sure your feed for their winter needs is in the combs before you pack them, because there's no way you're going to come out here every year, you know, from a month to month, or you know, every other month, whatever your winters are like, and unpack and repack these stinking pallets. I'll tell you that right now. If I had to do that, I would find another way to winterize these singles or these nucleus colonies. But my whole MO, like many others that winter their bees successfully in the north, is feed late in late summer, early fall, right up into the early part of October for me, and be done. You want the feed in the combs, and you want these clusters well provisioned with all their syrup in the combs, and you don't have to worry about coming out here and putting sugar on them, and you know, trying to keep these things alive through the winter. Yes, there's been a couple of winters where I've had to do that, not on every single pallet, but on a handful of these where they're just a little bit light. But just a little note to those, if you're regularly going out and feeding your bees all winter long in the form of sugar or winter patties or whatever, this is not for you, because you're going to, I would lose my mind unpacking and repacking these pallets. So anyways, let's see what we're working with. Again, I'm not one to really rip off all of these bags, because I don't want these bees flying unless they absolutely are prone to do that themselves. So I'll see if I can get a good angle here. Got a nice cluster. I mean, this is a 4-frame nuke, and get the sun here, and you can see we got a nice little population. And I weighed these boxes before I opened them, and they're all very heavy still. So same thing, they're neighbors. Got bees on that side. I fold these grain bags back like this to wick out moisture, and I put the blue board on top like that. Again, let's see what we're working with here. We got another double. I call them doubles, 2 nukes in a box. We got bees. They're alive. Same thing on this side. Wow, these guys are packed. So when I do see all these little 4-frame nukes well populated like this, I will have to kind of be out here in March and just checking, because once they start raising brood, they're going to burn through their stores pretty quick. This is a single. What they look like. That's a nice cluster. The grain bags kind of push the bees down off the top bars, but these guys got honey. I can see combs of honey. There's the feeder pushed all the way to the side. So it's just typical 8-frame. So look at that. There's bees on 1, 2, 3. There's, you know, pretty much 6 combs of bees. And fold the bags back. Sorry for the poor camera work, guys. I'm not one to usually bring a camera out into my bee yards, but I'm kind of trying to see if this thing is worth my time in doing. So let's see. Another nice little cluster. Bees on the grain bag. Bees in the box. Another 8-frame nuke. These are wonderful little units to restock your honey production yards with, and they will be ready to go. Alright, we got one more pallet. It's probably a little after 12 o'clock because Amtrak is passing us here, and they're always passing this yard at about 10 after noon, or 10 after 12. So one more pallet I wanted to show you guys in this yard. I I want to make note to you guys too that these colonies, these nucleus colonies, are all without treatments. No mites. No treatments for mites on any of these bees. Actually, all of my nucleus colonies I've never treated. It's the honey producing yards in the last couple of years that I've picked a population and end up treating those that are clearly in need of treatment for mites. But these bees are without any treatment. This is an 8 frame. Look at that. They are beautiful. And the beautiful thing about nucleus colonies in my apiary with my management plan is it's been the backbone for me to breed and to push a population of bees without treatments, because the nucs obviously have a break and brood and all that stuff that a lot of people have found out about. But beautiful populations of bees. I haven't found a single dead out yet today, and we've gone through 4 pallets. I've showed 3, but this one, these are doubles. Again, shadows on the camera make it hard to see, but you got 2 nice little nucleus. You know, I'm gonna heft this box, see how they feel. Yeah, they're heavy. Tic-tac-toe, 4 in a row. Every single one so far is alive and well. We got another 8 frame. Got a smaller population, but they're there. No, they're not bad. They're actually all the way out here. So, wonderful. Yeah, so a lot of people are doing the same things. It's funny, everyone's kind of, in regards to nucleus colonies, everyone makes them up and does these management schemes that are similar. I think it's the way a beekeeper looks at their apiary with the desired goal of what they're trying to do within their apiary in mind that separates everybody else and what makes everything unique. Nucleus colonies for me are the proving grounds, the testing grounds for queens. My line of thought is to propagate proven genetics to a big population within my apiary as fast as possible within the season, and they all go into these nucleus colonies. So I get busy. We made 350 nukes last year. I try to aim that 350, 400 number for nukes. That's going to replace my winter losses, and that will also go for sale too. All the surplus bees go for sale. So anyways, that's what nucleus colonies do for me in my apiary. They're really a huge part of what keeps everything alive and well, and keeps a honey production yard stocked with young bees, young queens, and it's the first part of the breeding program where the bees are able to kind of prove themselves to me. Because if we get populations like this, where there are boxes full of bees, then you kind of have to work a little bit harder to find the breeders. But in years where there's a normal mortality rate, and typically for me, without treating, my winter mortality has always kind of been around that 30, 35 on the high end, 40 and 50 at the absolute highest is 50. But again, I had that huge die-off a couple of years ago where I lost 90%. So that got me thinking I don't want to repeat that again. But anyways, I am fully equipped and kind of prepared mentally to subject this population, being nucleus colonies, without treatment, because I know what I've been able to do over like the last 15 years and see how well they survive without treatment. So I'm going to continue on that plan and do so with a little bit of wisdom as I go forth. So anyways, that's that. We're going to stop at some honey producing yards next to show you guys what they look like.